Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode 11 here with Aaron Castillo, Adrian Navila here. Awesome. So today in this episode, we're going to be kind of doing something a little bit different, kind of different subject. Kind of wanted to talk about some of our fears and our phobias. So
do you have any fears and phobias for yourself?
Yes, some of my phobias, I think, pretty common phobias that I get scared of. My phobia is probably I get scared of spiders. You know, I get scared of I know, but if my wife tells me to kill a roach or a cockroach, I'm letting her do it.
It's
I throw her in the mix. She's got to dive in first.
Bring the rain.
Some of my phobias too are a lot of physical phobias too. I get scared of heights. I get scared of just things that are very kind of common in a way. Maybe I get scared of getting chased by a Rottweiler or a dog or something. That's happened to me a lot when I was younger. I used to get chased by dogs, but big dogs. I mean, I love dogs, but I remember I used to have a lot of days where I was living in fear, getting chased by dogs, and that was a big one for me. And I used to just have nightmares of that. I think that was always for some reason, they always say that when you get scared in certain, sometimes I always look up my dreams, if it's something I'm fearing, whether I'm getting eaten by a shark, that's another one. I have a fear of the oceans still. That's weird. It's because it's I don't belong in certain things. I know I don't belong in certain environments. I don't know what it is. And I think it's because I've had my daredevil days of being crazy. I've done stupid shit all my life with my brothers, and I would jump over roof to roof I was a damn iron monkey, crouching tiger, ninja. I've had my days where I didn't fear anything. I was just so indestructible back then when I was a young kid and a teenager. But I feel now, ever since and then when I think when I broke my arm, and then I got in a motorcycle accident with my dad. I was in crutches for a month in high school, and then I cut open my elbow over here on my side, and so it's I felt I did so much stuff, and then even the physical stuff. This is going back to your body and your physical stuff. Is that being in drumline? I used to wear the tenors, and that's why I now when I bend over, it's I hear my spine going because it's I had so many things that I did that was fearless, but now I can actually say no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be jumping on the jumping balloon.
I think the older you get, what you're able to do and what you're not able to do, right? It's do you want to wake up in the morning without back pain?
Yes.
I'm not there yet, but I'm definitely, I'll be there soon. I'll be there soon.
I have a big fear of sometimes even roller coasters.
Okay.
So, I'll tell you one real quick. I did do one. It was one in San Antonio or New Braunfels, somewhere in San Antonio, and it was called the Sky Coaster, and it was this thing that they lift you up with a wire, and they lift you up like this, like a Superman.
Oh yeah,
and they lift you up like that. I'll try to put up a clip. Everybody looked like an ant, but the only reason why I did it is because my other two brothers, they said, Adrian, let's go, let's do it. And I was like, hell with you guys go ahead.
I'm good on land.
I'm gonna be looking over you guys. No. And sure enough, we went, and I said, okay, well, if we die, then we're all dying together. But that's the only reason why I did that. But again, I have a weak stomach for roller coasters, and even my wife, she's she always says, she's like, oh yeah, you guys want to go to some sort of a Six Flags or anything? She's like, because I'm not going on any of the rides, so don't even waste your ticket. So I'm like, yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
Hearing you kind of talk about, there's a lot of things that have happened to us in life in general that we're like, yeah, not again.
Not again.
And for me, one of the things, roller coasters, I don't do that. I get that ugly feeling in my stomach. It's been years.
Yeah.
I mean, even here in El Paso, we had what is it called? Western Playland.
Western Playland.
And those are like Mickey Mouse ones compared to other ones. And I don't think I've been on them. And I'm gonna keep it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just, I don't like that ugly feeling. So I'm just like, why am I going to do that to myself?
Exactly,
why am I going to go on there and make me feel like shit?
Yeah.
Because it's horrible.
Dude, my mom, and she's like already in like her early 50s, she still goes on roller coasters. I'm like, how do you have this? How, mom? Like, and
for that.
And you had 4 boys. Like, how do you?
That's probably why.
But that's probably why, though.
That's probably why.
I think they're more indestructible.
She's been through worse.
She's been through child labor, the birth, everything. So, for some reason, I think it has to do with the stomach. So, yeah, and the whole time, and the upbringing of going on roller coasters is I was always forced. My dad would be like, "You're going." He would look at me and go, "Sorry, you're going."
Shit.
And I'd start crying in line in front of everybody. And he goes, "Sorry, you're going." And my brothers too, my older brother, he'd be like, "Come on, Adrian, come on." And I was like, "No, I don't want to go." And then sure enough, I would still go. And there I am.
It's like you're shitting, but it's like going up.
Again, that was like roller coasters are big. It's because it's like the loop. I don't mind going on like the one,
like a drop.
Like a drop.
That's what I hate the most.
Yeah,
and I haven't even been on one.
I don't like the loop shit. I don't do loops because that's where I start feeling motion sickness. I don't do that kind of crap. I'll do like the one that just goes straight, like a speed. Yeah, like some of the stuff at Disneyland, they have that stuff where you're just going straight and it's really fast. But there's no humps or kind of hills or anything.
The other thing you were mentioning is ocean for me, and it's crazy because I never had really been like in the ocean.
Right.
So flip back 8 years ago, 2016, first time I go to Hawaii. My sister gets married there. Yeah. We go snorkeling.
Oh, okay.
Me, my sister, and a couple other of us.
Yeah.
And again, no, I have no problem with it. Like I don't get, like, if you're on a boat, I don't get like seasickness. Like I'm cool with that. Like I can go like this. I don't mind. I'm fine because I literally just like enjoying the view, and that's what I'm paying attention to. I'm not paying attention to anything else.
Right.
We go snorkeling. We're with a big group, other people too, because there's a bunch of tourists and stuff. And we get into the water. We have our snorkel gear. Where we went to, it's where this crater is. We went snorkeling on Maui, and there's a crater like miles off, of where the island is, and get into the water and you can see the fish, you can see the reef, kind of the close stuff, and then you get to a certain point where you look to like whatever direction it is, you look to the right, say, and it's just black.
No,
right, man. So
I can't.
One side is just like fish, and you're like, oh, that's so cool, because it is really cool. Like you see different species of fish, other people are with you, and you're like, wow, like that's it's really awesome to see.
Yeah.
But then you just take a glance like to the other direction, and it's just nothing, and it's just black.
Oh no.
And it's crazy because at that there was a moment where I'm fine, but you can't help but think sometimes, like, what if something were to just like come at me? And I think that's where you kind of start playing mind games with yourself, because you get a little bit like scared, because you're like, you don't know what's over there.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you can't see anything, and that's the crazy thing, dude. You're just dangling feet. And it's just miles and miles and miles of water,
fresh meat,
and you're just there. And like to me, like I was thinking, like, oh shit, like what the fuck? Like this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. It's not okay, now, right? But then you obviously, like, some people will panic. Like I saw it with a lady, she panicked. No. And I think it was just mainly just because of water. Like she was maybe the strongest swimmer. Yeah. But like she was panicking, right? And I was like, oh my god, like what's gonna happen? Like, you can't help but think like the worst. Obviously, there's people around. Exactly. You see Jason Statham there, and obviously like, you have like the people, the tour guides and stuff who know, and they're checking on everyone, they're helping you. But it's one of those moments where you just feel really isolated, like you can't do anything. And then obviously when you look over and you just see black and nothing, that's what's scary. I will say that scared me. It terrified me.
I'd
still do it.
Rather be stranded in a desert than the ocean.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, yes, desert. Because at least a desert, that's like you can walk. Yeah. In the ocean, that's not our territory.
Nope.
Not at all. And that reminds me of that. Another thing would be, I know a lot of people don't like needles, whether it's to like give blood. And it's funny because I have a story.
I don't like that
literally
either.
Not too long ago where I was donating plasma.
Show the picture.
And I guess when they had punctured the vein, it went through.
Dude, no.
And obviously for whoever's donated plasma, like you obviously kind of like drains it from you, and then when it gives it back,
I forgot what the hell it's called. I don't know, like medical term.
So pretty much it's like an hour process, maybe a little longer, but it draws it and then it returns it.
Right.
The return for me, because they had puncture and it felt normal.
Yeah.
Like obviously when you get poked with a needle, it hurts. Like that initial, but you're fine for the most part, right? But when it was doing the return, I noticed my arm just getting bigger. This one specifically. Dude. It just started to get bigger.
Nah, man.
And hard.
Ooh.
It felt like a balloon, like a water balloon, just being filled and like ready to burst. Dude. And I was like, oh no, like this is not good. And I was almost done too.
What the hell?
And I just saw it getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was like, guys, this is not my arm. I called them over and I was like, hey, like we need to stop this. This isn't right. And my arm after I left was just like, it just felt so it hurt to move because all that blood was being rushed back, but not through my vein, just into my actual arm.
Oh, dude, no way, man.
So it felt so horrible. So, dude, it literally took like a month for that to heal,
dude.
And the first like 2 weeks, dude, I could not move my arm. It hurt so much. And then it started to bruise, and then I had a bruise all from here to like up here.
Yeah.
And I remember showing you, like it was bad, and ever since then I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that anymore. Nope, because I never had a fear of needles, but now I don't have a fear of it, but I just don't want that happening again. So I'm just avoiding that at all costs. I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that again.
Yep.
Because that shit sucked.
No, man.
Does that happen again? No. Like that's
of course not. Yeah, and something could go wrong with one little pick and whatever, you know. So
that's exactly what happened.
Hell no.
Put it wrong, and then just made my arm freaking swell up.
Oof.
And then after a while, like a couple of days or a week, then I could put a heating pad, which helped. Relieved it, but
no way, man.
Ooh, that hurt.
I was gonna say some of the fears. I mean, it always goes back to like film for me. I blame film because it's like, why else do people make films? To inspire, to make you think outside the box, and to make you expand your horizons, your imagination. But I just think the ocean, and I just think of Jaws, because it's like, again, like this is like everybody goes in the ocean, and it's just like, again, like how they always say like 25% of the ocean is still discovered, something like that, or whatever.
Still not
even fully, or like not fully discovered, right? Something like that.
I think
right?
Probably more than that, but along those lines.
And they said that there's creatures that are in there still that we don't even know, and that's like that freaks the hell out of me, man. Like, I mean, there could be dinosaurs still.
You ever dinosaurs?
Yeah, like seriously.
Do you ever get like thrown in those what is it, like those rabbit holes when you're on like TikTok or something, and then it talks about like the ocean and like that, and then you just want to know more?
Yes, yeah. I want to know, but at a distance.
Yeah,
you know, I don't want to be like, oh, really? I can put my feet in the water? No, I'm not gonna go put my feet.
So have you've been in the ocean, right?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, and
when's the last time you were in the ocean?
I actually went 2 years ago to California. I went to Huntington Beach, and and it was great, and it was again, it was just like the scenery, everything's so beautiful about the ocean, no doubt. I just love hearing the ocean waves. It's like when you close your eyes and you just hear the ocean, like when you don't even have to look at the ocean, you just hear it, and you're looking up like at the sun, getting a tan or whatever. It's nice, like it's very relaxing. But it's just like I'll only get into like maybe halfway and I'm done. Like, okay, I'm done. Like,
really?
Yeah, like my other brothers they're more fearless. They'll actually swim further and further and further. I'm like, I don't know. I get scared. Like I step on things. I've stepped on like rocks, and
the ocean is a different beast, dude. Especially like when you don't know how to swim in it.
No,
it's like there's a way to swim. In the ocean, especially like when there's waves coming at you. How to because dude, you could be there for like 10 minutes and you can be, say you're like posted up right here and you could be in front, like you could literally end up over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because of just the way the water works.
Yeah, the current and all that. Yeah. I just always think, like my grandfather had a story. I remember a long time with my mom's dad, that he told me that when he was like in his mid 30s, and he said that he had a story where like he went in the ocean and this, like he was already swimming inside, and he said he felt something like drag him down further into the ocean, and like the waves are still like going on top of him, and he just said that he looked up and he saw like lights looking at him. And I don't know if it was, maybe it could be a scuba diver for all things, but he said it was like he saw like lights, multiple lights, like it looked like eyes, and he said he saw it in the ocean dragging him down. And I'm like, just even if it's made up or whatever, it's like I don't want to know that.
It makes you feel uneasy.
Yeah, and I don't want to know that. Like I get too scared of that shit. Like I don't even want to like mess with that shit, because it's like, if you're saying that, Grappa, and that was back then or whatever, like oh my god, I can't, I don't even. And that's what again, like I just fear a lot of this stuff because of like movies. It's just like movies is like the educated part of like, don't mess with that. And it's the same thing, like don't leave your window open because Mike Myers could be at your door, you know, just looking in. So it's like, those are the type of things that I guess but the thing is like I do like doing adventurous things, like if it's like a group thing, and if like someone's like, okay, Adrian, we're gonna go jump off this cliff, we're all gonna do it, and I'll be like, okay, let's do it then. But
like if it goes south, we're all dead.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We're all dead. Yeah. And so like, but like, yeah. And then like the heights, like even me getting in elevators. Yeah. Like like if it's a 10-story elevator, I start like grabbing the sides. I'm like, whoa.
Wait, so you're afraid of heights?
Like I get scared of it. Like,
to a certain degree.
To a certain point, like I like going rock climbing, and like what is it? The mountains. Hiking? Yeah, there you go. I couldn't even think of the word hiking. Yeah, like I like that. I guess because it's on the ground. Mm-hmm. Your feet are on the ground, but it's like if I'm going up. Oh yeah, and you just brought it up now. Now I still have a fear of being on the plane. And like for me,
that's a big one.
I still hold on to the edges, and like my Alyssa, she's like, I want the window seat. And I say, go ahead, take the window seat. And for me, like I like looking outside at the clouds and everything, but I sometimes I get scared. Like I don't like looking outside because I don't want to know where I'm at. What if you
just tanked?
Exactly. Yeah. And I'll be like, hey, there I am. Bye. Yeah. Exactly. Fun. Yeah, it's been fun. Yeah. And for me, I still have that. Like when we're taking off on the plane, I'm still like holding on, and it's just like I've been on planes multiple times. That's the thing. I've traveled. It's not that I have not. It's just I still have that.
About it.
Yeah.
Like it just.
And I hate when we're going up and we keep going up. And then even the landing part too, like I hate, because I always get scared of the tires.
I feel like I hate like more landing than taking off.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care for either, but I think it's more landing.
Right.
That's the part that gets me still like a little, especially because you stop and then you hear it like.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
What?
I still get terrified of that. I don't know what it is. To this day, I still have that. Maybe because I don't fly like some people fly within like in a year. They fly like countless, but I don't.
Hundreds of times.
I fly once a year, or once every maybe 6 months, depending if it's like a quick trip or whatever. But no, I don't have that. Everybody, it's second nature to some of those people because they, their business trips. So much, like my mother, she's used to it, but I'm still like, and it's the same feeling I get when I'm going on a roller coaster. It's like I get scared. Like why do we keep going up? Like why? Like why is this happening? Right. To segue into some more of if you want to dive into more of like personal fears, like mental fears, and like things that I like that are more emotional fears. Like I think my biggest emotional fear is like, or not being remembered as a good person. Like I want to be remembered as a good person that treated people right. And, you know, I want to be, that's my biggest fear is like, I don't want.
You want to be remembered in a good way.
Yeah.
In an honorable way.
And then.
Not he was a little shit, you know?
And then the fear of like just having, I mean, some sort of success in my life and some sort of good little things of touch the surface of
money.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting that money. That money. But like just things that have that remembrance of how can I have this remembrance of success or remembrance of, you know, did I make my mark? Did I do what I needed to do before I leave this earth? You know what I mean? Like I want people to at least have something something to take away from me, like whatever it was, even if it was micro or big or whatever.
Yeah, so a small piece someone would remember.
Yeah, that's true.
I like that. That's really cool. It reminds me of, well, that doesn't remind me, but what you were saying before, just about like the oceans and stuff. Like one thing I think we can both, and a lot of people can agree to, is like having dreams of stuff like that.
Right.
There was a dream I had where we're literally in my front yard, and I don't know what it was, but I was like stepping on these like large like pillars that were like maybe like 100 feet in the air. And I was like walking on them, and then I fell off, and I'm falling down on the street, like I'm falling, and I'm like, I'm gonna like shatter bones, I'm dead.
Yeah.
And obviously when I landed, that's when I woke up.
Oh, those are scary dreams.
That was scary because I was like, what the hell? Like it just feels so real, like dreams like that.
Yes.
There was another one where I think I've told you this one before. It was like huge tidal waves, like so pretty much like from where like Montana is. I look out my windows right here, like the kitchen windows, and I just see these huge ass waves. And I'm like, what? And like me and my family were scattering to get in the car and drive to get away from it. And I just see them like coming, and they're huge, and like it's all windy outside, and the windows are breaking.
Ooh, dude,
that like scared me.
See, and I always feel bad for those the people that have like that live by those catastrophes, like
speaking
Kansas,
of,
like a lot of people that have like that new movie Twister's coming out. I like seeing the thrill of in a film, but I think experiencing it in real life, oh my god, like
devastating.
I think that's the biggest thing too. It's always like, and then, I don't even know. Okay, like there's a funny part in it is that I don't know how people from Kansas know that where they live. I understand it's their hometown. But it's like they know that this happens like every other year, and they know that like twisters are coming at them, and they're just like, oh yeah, I was watching Wheel of Fortune, you know. They're those interviews, like they're literally interviewing them, and they're like, did you know that the hurricane was coming at you? And they're like, yeah, you know, my wife was watching Wheel of Fortune, and
we were hanging clothes in the backyard, and
exactly, and you're just like, get up, get out of here.
The tornado took me up 100,000 feet in the air. I fell down back in my porch.
Exactly. They don't like react as much, but I guess because they're so used to it, and
it's normal for them,
I think,
which is crazy.
Being in a catastrophe, I think that would be a big fear, like an earthquake, tsunami, tornado, any of that. God, dude,
have you seen that movie The Impossible with Tom Holland?
Yes,
the little boy?
That was the first movie I saw with him.
I was like, what?
That's scary.
Fuck, dude? Could just imagine being on like a vacation, just seeing
that's what I mean. Like
shit whipped through that hole.
I don't know, man. It's weird, and that's why I always think, because those catastrophes happen, it's like, again, that's like Mother Nature. It's like the whole earth fighting back at us, because us humans, I always, like my grandfather would always tell me, he's like, mijo, this world doesn't belong to us. It never did. We're only here a fraction of our, we were just like a tiny little speck of dust, and we're gone. Like the next 100 years when we're gone, that's it. So like the legacy that we leave, it's for our children's children and grandchildren, whatever.
The generation.
And so like, it's true. It's because of how much Earth is like, and it's just like volcano eruptions and all that. Like, it's just, I just think of those things and it's like, we don't belong here. We really don't.
I'm checking out.
Yeah, like we don't belong here. Like
like this world was definitely like you said, it didn't belong to us. It's more man-made.
Yeah,
like natural disasters and stuff, things like that. Like that's what this is.
Yeah, we're just living in it again,
taking up some space.
Exactly. Yeah, and then once our time's up, that's it. Like, we won't be here. Mm-hmm. We're going to be coasting somewhere else, Those kinds of the physical things, the fearing of ocean, skydiving, or skydiving would actually be cool to scratch off.
I would skydive.
I would do it, but only with somebody that would be just as daring as me, I
get you.
Like, that's the thing. I fear a lot of these little stupid little things, like even like roller coaster and then like the ocean. And, people will probably say, well, it's because you haven't traveled, you haven't done that. And again, I am up to those things. It's just, I have weird things like, okay, we can go, but just you got to gradually let me do it on my own. Like, don't just throw me in the damn ocean in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
But I hear that, like, I like watching those shows like Bear Grylls and all that. Like, I like the survival stuff, learning survival, like how to survive and stuff like that. I would like to learn from like a specialist that, like a Bear Grylls or whatever. And I like watching those shows like on Disney Plus or Hulu, and they always like those, like that Chris Hemsworth one. Oh, like, you gotta watch it. Did you see it?
Yeah.
It's Limitless or something like that.
That one's really good.
Really cool because it's like in every episode he kind of conquers like each of his fears, or he's trying to conquer some sort of something with the body.
I saw the one where I forgot where he was, but they're in like really cold water. Must have been like in
like somewhere, like I forgot where the hell. Yeah.
And then the other one where he was on like his fear of heights.
Yes,
like, walk across that like thing.
Oh yeah, see, perfect.
So like those are really good examples. But brings me to asking you just a few more. Obviously, these are a little bit more myth or not.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like say extraterrestrial, like alien stuff, like is that something that you believe in or like fear?
No, I believe it, dude, because so again, I'm gonna go back to the movie. The movie Nope, right? So that movie, and even before then, like Signs and all the 2001 Odyssey, Space Odyssey, and like all the classic alien movies, and I love those movies. They're great, amazing movies. But that one specifically, just let's talk about Nope for a second. I was telling my grandfather, I was like, Grandpa, you need, because he's all about aliens and he's all about archaeology and he's just so full of history.
Brothers out in the farm.
Yes, exactly. Knows. And because I grew up in Clint, Texas, and it has all that landscape and green, or not green, but it's mostly dirt, but it's like cornfields of, somewhat grass and like, acres of alfalfa and this and that. And anyway, so I was telling my grandfather, I was like, Grandpa, you need to check out that Nope movie. And then he's like, what is it about? And I showed him the trailer and I said, it's like, extraterrestrial. It didn't reveal anything, right? And then my grandfather just goes, he just started describing the movie basically without even seeing it. And he goes, they hide in the clouds, mijo. And I went, what? You haven't even seen the movie yet, Grandpa? And he goes, no. He goes, when I was younger, and he's like, when I hear these stories, my mom has stories, my grandfather
I would love to hear.
And dude, they're spooky though. They're spooky. Like I believe it though. That's the thing. Like, because they've said that they've seen like multiple lights, and my grandfather would say, he's like, you see that cloud? That's fake. And I'm like, what do you mean fake? And he goes, that cloud right there, it's fake. He goes, that's how they hide, in the clouds. And that's exactly what in the movie Nope, but there's one point he's like, they're hiding in the clouds. And it's scary because it's like, you don't even see them. They're in plain sight.
That's crazy how he just saw the trailer and he's already telling you about this.
Yeah.
And then you see the movie and it's literally that. They're hiding, this thing's hiding in the clouds. That movie, like I really love that movie.
It was great, I loved it.
Cool, but man, I love the movement of that thing. I just love the movements because it's basically like how we describe it today. Like, you talk to people about what they've seen and stuff, and they say, it moved so fast across, and then you see those things happen. Like when you're watching a movie, it's just like from here, and then
boom, it's gone.
And you're like,
what the hell did I just see?
What?
Yeah. And there's so many like of those videos you've seen on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, where they see these like little silver, they look like plates almost. And you're just like, what is that? You know, and obviously, but I believe it's real. I believe the aliens are real. And I feel like maybe there is a part of this. I mean, it's another subject to like get into, but it's like aliens, I feel like could be real. Yeah. In some way.
Got you. For sure.
Yeah.
Dang. Again, we'll make a part 2 of this, but that's one of those things where we can get into like a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it ties into, well, I mean, it ties into like a fear, but it's also more of like, it's kind of true. I feel like it's not, if aliens are real by now, like I wouldn't be shocked again.
Right. All right, but yeah, we'll definitely get to talk about this stuff later. I feel like for every episode we make, we have to make a part 2 at some point, because we can just go on about things forever.
We always segue like some sort of transition, like we're always hinting almost like the next subject that we're always talking about. So yeah, it kind of always ties into the next one or the next episode. So we always kind of do that. So yeah.
All right, for sure. Cool. Well, Raps it us. Bohemian Rhapsody.
You know, whatever.
Oh my god. Well, that wraps up.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
That 11 guys. Adrian's gonna go. He's already acting goofy. This guy needs to eat. Yeah. So we'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you guys tuning in.
See you guys.
Take it easy. That was a good one.